Hit it! Sophisticated
Podcast, baby. Now tell me something good. Oh, yeah.
It's weekend of lockdown. What's up, gentlemen?
Hey!
How's everybody?
I didn't know that was an official count-in. Starting
Yeah.
now.
Me in.
Starting now.
You know what, man? Just shaking off all the technological aspects of this thing. It's way better when you're doing Zoom for me to, in post-production, put the music in than play it.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's been a hassle, so that's why I fooled you. So, welcome. It's good to see you guys.
I thought we were going to harmonize there. It was really
I like to harmonize. Is freedom coming? That is the question.
Is
It
freedom?
sounds like it. It sounds like freedom's on the way.
What
I don't
does
know
that
if we're
sound?
ready
What does
for
that
it.
sound like, dude?
Is his whole face supposed to be on the screen?
It doesn't matter. We're not
Yeah.
using it.
Oh,
Doesn't
all right.
matter. We're
All right,
good.
Okay, good.
What? It's awkward though, right? Because normally we don't even see his face.
No, it's good
Yeah,
to see
I
his face.
kind of wore this today.
Oh, keep calm and call Dennis.
See,
That's
that's
a
better than
PBR
last shirt.
PBR classic,
It's
right
a
there.
PBR Classic T-shirt.
What does freedom sound like, Dennis? Like, what are you hearing that the rest of the world isn't?
I'm hearing, states are starting to open up their economies. In New Jersey alone, we've opened up our state parks. We've opened up golf courses. So these are places where people congregate. It looks like the governor of New Jersey hasn't called anybody knucklehead. So we haven't had too many knuckleheads out there taking advantage, at least in New Jersey. I can't speak to other states.
Oh, so you watch the Daily Thing because you know the knucklehead thing.
I know the knuckleheads, of course. I'm keeping an eye on this virus. So
Glad we opened up those
I
golf
don't know if
courses.
we're ready
Those were
for it.
necessary.
it just freaks me out every time someone says talking about opening up the economy, like, yeah, people are going to die. It's like, people are willing to die for money. Like, it's easy. Take it away from them for a little bit, and also people will go out there and risk their lives.
Are you? Who's risking their life, dude? Like, I think you're drinking the Kool-Aid a little bit. You
Little
are
bit.
our
Liberal.
yeah. I was just gonna say. I was trying to
Seems
find a
to be.
nice way to say it, dude.
Liberal's okay. I'm liberal on some stuff. That's
Welcome
fine.
to the adult table. You know what I'm saying?
It feels nice to be here.
You
Risk
think?
and reward.
You think if you go outside right now, you're gonna die? You're gonna die?
No, I don't think so.
What
But
are you
I-
saying then?
What I'm saying is that, I guess I won't feel 100% comfortable until we have a vaccine. So when there's a vaccine, I don't care if it works at all. I'll take it.
On the contrary, I 100% will never, ever put that vaccine in my body or my family's.
Oh, it's crazy.
Is
Why do
it?
you not like science?
I don't take the flu shot either, ever.
Yeah,
Science.
why?
Because I
You got a baby.
question everything, bro. Like, do you think for 1 second, like, it's on the up and up?
It does fit with your modus operandi. It does fit with. You always think there's someone tenting their fingers behind the curtain.
Yeah, you
There
know
is.
why? You know why?
Because there is someone.
Yeah, say it, Joe Maffei. Back me
There
up,
is.
dude.
Wow.
No.
This is a great conversation to watch go back and forth.
Life is not that interesting. It can be interesting at points, but I don't know. A puppet master pulling the strings, I don't see it. If there is a puppet master pulling the strings, he's bad at it.
Do you see
How
what I'm
can you
doing?
not? How can you not say there's a puppet master? You
I
have
don't
been
think there's a
home for
puppet
2
master.
months. They convinced you to stay home for 2 months with like almost no evidence, and you're still home. How is there no
What
puppet
evidence?
master?
There
You're
is
still
no puppet
home.
master.
You're still home and afraid, and you've seen
Because
nothing. You're still home and afraid.
People are people.
How
People
how
are
can you not?
people.
They convinced you with YouTube and TV to stay in your house and be afraid. And you're saying, unless there's a virus, I'm not going out. Well, I wasn't comfortable going out before this fucking virus. And I'm not going to be
That's fair.
comfortable afterwards.
Joe Maffei is living his best life right now.
I mean, honestly, like, I want to go out as soon as there'll be like stores open. And I'm not talking about Walmart and Kmart. All they're hurting is the little people that are trying to
Right.
make a living. And let's open them all up and give them a fair shot. This is so stupid.
Joe, can I say something real quick?
What?
You look like a drug lord that went to prison and found Islam.
Yeah.
Is that a beanie or a backwards hat?
It's a backwards hat.
It looks like you got the
Oh.
orange jump.
Mm.
You got the zebra goatee. It looks like you want to talk about,
Well, they give me
Muhammad
3 books a day.
game.
So I take advantage.
Dennis, I side with Joe
Free
Maffei
Joe
on this
Maffei.
one, man. Yeah, free Joe Maffei.
Free Joe Maffei.
I side with him 100%, man. I think like a lot of people are drinking the Kool-Aid. Is there a virus? Yeah, but there's a lot of other viruses out there. Are the numbers fudged? 100%. My great aunt just passed away last night. Right?
I'm sorry.
Thanks. She was old. Dude, she had respiratory issues. I guarantee you she didn't have COVID. I guarantee you they marked that down as COVID.
Yeah.
Because hospitals benefit to mark down that someone died of COVID. The numbers are skewed, bro. They are not real.
What do you say? 50 to 60% were people over the age of 65 to 70? Like over that age is the 50 to 60%. So we kept 80% of our population home for something they weren't going to get or were going to get over quickly. Come on.
If you got hit by a bus right now, dude, you get hit by a bus. Yeah. You happen to have you die. You happen to have COVID. Yeah. What they're going to say, Dennis the Intern died from COVID-19. That's how the numbers
say that. Yeah.
That's how the numbers are getting chalked up though, man.
How many people die in New Jersey every day? Regardless. None, because they all die of COVID now.
Isn't it? It's not like I've always kind of thought. It's not about me getting COVID. I know I'm a relatively healthy person. But it's not about me getting COVID. It's about me giving COVID to someone else.
Can you define? Here's the problem with this conversation. Your definition of relative is fucking skewed, bro.
That's fine, man. I have gone to the doctor.
We hurt our elderly. All these numbers are elderly. We hurt them. We did not protect them. We made the old folks home take back elderly COVID patients, so the rest of them got sick. We have a majority of elderly dying from this. We didn't protect them at all, so what we did nothing.
I still feel like I'm part of the solution.
Well, isn't that a liberal's aspect, the moral high ground? That's why we argue that point. Are we on the moral high ground? Can we shame other people into thinking the way we want to think?
I don't like that aspect of it. I think that it's better to just make, you have to make your own choice.
Yes.
Isn't that conservative? Isn't that the conservative agenda?
And I believe people who are afraid should stay home.
That's fair.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And I believe people who aren't afraid should be able to go out and do their thing.
Yeah, I'll give you a little mixture to too. Here's what I was just saying to my wife. I think that at this point in the game, I feel like you got to open shit up, right? And if you have underlying causes or if you're at risk or if there's something wrong with you that makes you susceptible, age, underlying ailments, whatever it may be, you should be allowed to stay home without penalty. So no matter what your career is, like the government, they want to do something positive, back up those people and open it up for the rest so they're not punished for not going back to work. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like protect them. But let everybody else go back, dude. You're putting the whole economy, you're putting everything in jeopardy for something that quite honestly is not real.
But does that not create all of a sudden like two separate classes?
No, dude, you're
a class
helping
of spreaders and we have a class of teeners. Spreaders versus quarantiners.
You're quarantined by choice. If you want to go out and risk it, go out. If you want to stay home, you shouldn't be punished for making that choice. That's what I'm saying. That's about as liberal as you're gonna get, right? Like make it the decision of the person. If that person wants to go out and work and they know that they have an underlying cause that they can get hurt from later, that's their prerogative, bro. It's the United States of America. Like we have that freedom. So let's execute it.
And when they tell me that we can't go out until it's safe, that means never. That means never. So give me my choice. Let me go out. You have your choice. You stay in. But how long do you think we can stay shut down for?
Not much longer.
How long can you live without a paycheck? How long can your neighbor live without a paycheck? It can't go on for much longer.
Before shit starts going Mad Max.
Right. I honestly kept saying May 1st. I thought the turn of this month was going to be when people freaked out, right? Because there's no more government money coming in, but you still got to pay
anyway.
I still haven't gotten anything. So you got to pay the rent and the mortgage though.
Yep.
Right. So like I was wrong about that. So maybe this month to the turn of next month, June. Like if this shit's still going on June, dude, people are going to freak out.
Yeah.
Right? And they've already started. So get this, man. They have already started like opening the beach. They started with the parks and the golf courses, right? Joe, you made a joke about that. But the reasoning behind that is they're starting to now open the boardwalks and the beaches, right? They're trying to slow roll it because they know that they can't stop the people from going to the beaches. If you look at what's going on in California, they don't have the manpower to stop the hordes of people that are like, you can't stop me from going to the ocean.
Yeah. Well, you can't contain something that can't be contained. You can't sustain something that is unsustainable. This is not possible. It can't go on for much longer.
Mm.
I mean, I feel like we're just yelling at Dennis.
I feel so too, but it's all right. I don't feel like
I'm yelling at him.
If there was a better response at the beginning, I don't think we would have that.
Oh, stop it. Now I see your heart bleeding. Are you kidding me? Like, what else did you want him to do? You're ridiculous. It's not the truth. That is fake news.
No.
What you're saying
he knew about it in November.
What do you mean he, first of all,
my
dude?
God.
Like,
president.
Thank God that he is our president in this situation and not Hillary Clinton.
Yes, they did not want to shut down the borders. They wanted to leave the borders open. They were calling him a racist when he wanted to shut down the borders and stop
100% correct, Joe. 100%. And Dennis the Intern doesn't want to believe that. He wants to say
he did a great job.
When Donald Trump tried to stop travel to China, I guarantee you said, "Oh, that's racist. How can you stop?" Then how are you saying he did it too late? Everybody attacked him for doing it.
Pelosi was in Chinatown in February and March saying, "Come back to Chinatown."
It was downplay, and then he couldn't downplay it anymore.
It's his job to not freak everybody out, dude.
What about a measured response?
He did, and I think we reacted as early as possible with all the circumstances.
He knew about this for a while ago. He knew that. No, you can't. I mean, you cannot say that he did a great job about this. We're in the mess that he created.
I cannot.
You did just say it.
I can't believe that you're saying that. Like it pains me that somebody that I view as an intelligent human being has that point of view. Like through this conversation, Dennis, you got to put the Kool-Aid away, dude. Like you have to stop. What do you watch, CNN all day?
Yeah,
I don't watch the news. I watch The Simpsons.
Dude, it hurts me that like you even are saying the things you're saying.
I won't even give CNN or MSDNC one freaking second to watch. 1 second.
It's unbelievable. But Joe, is it not unbelievable how they have people believing the bullshit? Like
unbelievable.
And again, dude, I will blanket this because I don't want all the hate. Like I didn't vote for Donald Trump. You know what I mean? I voted for Gary Johnson.
I did too.
But I will tell you, I don't care. I didn't vote for Hillary Clinton either. But if she were the president, I would be rooting for her.
Yep.
Like you wouldn't believe, because she would be our leader. And look behind me, man. I am Team America.
As am I.
No, you're not. You're a communist.
I am a communist. I love this country.
No, you don't.
Why?
Because if
I disagree with what one of our leaders has done.
No, because
I agree with a lot of the stuff.
Because you're spreading lies. You're spreading FUD. Like fear, uncertainty, and doubt. You're making stuff up that's not true. You're regurgitating fake news, and like you
heard him say these things.
He did.
You heard him say we're going to have 15 cases and then it's going to disappear.
You're not agreeing.
Meanwhile, ramping up. It was spreading and spreading.
What you're not agreeing with is the way he tried to make people feel comfortable. That's what you're not agreeing with. But that's not what you're saying. Like you're talking out of both sides of your mouth. You just don't agree with the way he tried to make you feel comfortable. Right?
I'd rather be confronted with facts than platitudes. I'd rather be told there's something going on. We got to figure it out. We're going to get through it together. Then
you don't have the right
everything
to know
is fine and everything is fine. Dude. Meanwhile, things are falling. The cracks are showing. Tell me about the cracks.
I don't think we should see all behind the curtain. I don't think we have the right to know everything. I think we all talk above our pay grade now that we have a voice in this society. I don't have the right to have an opinion. He has experts and all these people. It's not just him. You know, he's making things happen, I honestly think, the best way possible. And what is it about Donald Trump that everybody hates him so much? Yeah, he's arrogant and a jackass, but lots of presidents were, but they weren't on TV every day.
Most, man.
Most. You know? I think you have to be a little bit arrogant to want to run the country.
100%.
You got to be.
That's why
why don't we want to back him up and make him do a good job? Why do we want to tear him down and give him the hardest job possible when he's sailing our ship?
Right. He's our president. He's our leader. I don't care. No, I don't listen. He might be a shitty human. Like, look here's the thing that really blows my mind, right? Like Bill Clinton was getting blowjobs from interns in the White House, but Donald Trump's a piece of shit because why? Because he didn't make you feel comfortable enough about the spread of COVID-19. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's unbelievable.
We're putting some words in the intern's mouth here. I never said he was a piece of shit.
No, he is.
I think he could have done that a little better. I think he could have done a better job. I think the problem is the backlash he's facing right now is that he didn't confront reality with facts. I think that he was, again, I agree. He was trying to make us all feel comfortable and not make it a big deal.
What kind of panic would the morons have in this world? The people who are truly uneducated and don't get it. What would they be doing if he spewed the facts to everybody?
They'd freak
knew
out.
exactly the world would be crazy.
So at what lowest common denominator do we want to appeal to? I mean, do we nerf everything and say everything's fine, everything's
obviously,
good?
You know, we're in the Northeast. We come off in a very educated, in the know type of place, and we tend to believe we're smarter than we are. But honestly, he did the best job he possibly could in this scenario. I have to believe that. I mean, getting the facts would just make people go crazy. People thought that you should drink bleach. Come on.
That was crazy.
Right there is my proof.
Dennis, do you think the president, let me ask you, I'm dead serious. Do you think the president of the United States told people to drink bleach?
No.
Right.
I don't think he should have said what he said, though. Press briefings during this time is not a time to be sarcastic.
He has no tact.
Oh, dude.
It's not a time for sarcasm.
All right, so is it irresponsible of the news to try to spin it to say that's what he's saying? So more people, yeah. So where's the problem really and lie?
For me?
No, not for you. In reality, because what you think might not be real.
That's fair, but you could say that just about anybody. I think again.
You don't see
like
the spin, like it's a complete spin.
But he's spinning it for himself as well. He's spinning it too. It's all spin. It's all spin.
There's 90% spin that's covered by like one group of people, and then there's like 10% spin that's coming from the president's side. And it's like 90% cover the same shit over and over again with the same fucking spin.
It's exhausting.
It is. It's too much, man. It's not fair and open news. It's not real news. And that's when, like, when you start saying certain things, Mike calls you out in like 2 freaking seconds about what you're watching because we're all watching the same shit. And the things that Mike and I are going, come on, enough already. You're spewing back at us, which is craziness.
Dennis, when we were in college, we had a professor, Professor Lubinow. You remember him well, right? Like, I would love you. Matter of fact, remind me, we should reach out and see if he'll come on the show.
Oh, my God.
What was the number one thing
I want Lubinow
that he talked about, right? Like crap detection.
Check
right?
your sources.
Yeah. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, that's something that people just do not, with the advent of social media and all of the news, fake news, people's conversations on, on Facebook, like nobody craps detects. Everybody's so quick to retweet or repost or comment. But like, that's all we learned in years of what it was always driven home, no matter what class we were taking. Check your sources. Crap detect. Beware of the red herring. Remember? The red herring.
Check the footnote, and then check the footnote's footnote.
Yeah.
They had me going into the stacks, looking through dusty books, trying to figure out where the hell the original came from.
So why is that all of a sudden in 2020 not relevant? Like, if anything, it's more relevant now.
Because right now, feelings are more important than facts.
That's
how I feel about a situation has more play than actual facts, because now facts can be spun. Because now facts are open to interpretation.
Wow, when we start running things by emotion, man, we're in a bad state.
We're in trouble.
Yeah.
But that is also comes back to the whole. That's why it comes back to. That's where I come back to my original point. Give me the facts. Have the president get up there and say, "We have this, we have that. Here's what we're doing. Here's what I want to do."
Can I ask you a
everything's fine.
Can I ask you a question?
It wasn't.
Give me one president that in the past has done that. Has ever done that? None. That's not what presidents do.
Because a president's job is to get elected again.
Back to my
tell us the truth.
Back to my original point. You just don't like the way he made you feel. That's it. That's it. He did nothing different than Obama. Just the way he did it. The way he said it, you didn't like. Let's just call spade a spade, bro.
Fair enough.
That's the only reason.
I don't know what that. But that has nothing to do with whether I'm a liberal or a conservative. I keep saying it. I am a registered Republican. I'm a happy Republican. I just don't appreciate the way that he spoon-fed us the facts, because I believe in my heart, again, not the facts, I don't know them, I believe it was a little self-serving.
I'm a little disappointed with you now that I know you're actually registered to any one party after
I'm a registered
everything.
Republican.
After
I'm not
everything
even
we've been
registered to a
to,
party.
no, dude, I would never register to a party ever.
I'm a
This
registered
country,
Republican.
this country is not founded on a.
Independent.
I ran for office in my local government
Oh man.
So did I, bro.
as a registered Republican.
As well documented on the show, I ran.
I
as
know
an
it was
independent.
awesome.
You know what I want to do?
Shows.
Do you know what I want to do right now?
Talk to me.
I want to
Politicians.
release. I want to release a pack of murder hornets in your well.
They're
That's
out
what I
there.
want to do. Right?
Oh,
out
you
there.
don't.
Yes, I do.
The murder hornet. See, now that's great stuff too. Because now it looks like COVID-19 fears is now turning into a backlash of anger. And now we're like, oh, wait a minute. We're getting restless. What are we gonna do?
No, forget the
Murder
murder
hornets.
hornets. Murder hornets. The shortage.
Release
on
the
meat.
murder hornets.
The shortage on meat is the next thing coming.
Why?
Shortage
What's-
on meat, where everybody can freak out about the shortage on meat. And maybe I
Tonight-
can get my hands on some fucking toilet
Tonight,
paper.
as we're recording this show, tonight on Cinco de Mayo, on what's the one with David Meir? Was it World News Tonight
Yeah.
on ABC?
Who watches ABC?
They talked about
Communists,
they talked
liberal
about
communists.
the liberal communists.
Let's share
They
it
talked
all.
about the meat shortage and how Wendy's is no longer
What I'm
is
saying.
experiencing a meat shortage.
Is there? All right. So, is there really? Murder hornets are real, by the way. I watched one eat a rat
Watched where?
on the internet. Where else?
But I mean, like, where was that being filmed? Was it like in the jungles of Sumatra?
no,
or
it was
was
like
it
Brooklyn.
Like, was it in Japan or was it Brooklyn?
You know what's great about the murder
The
hornets?
murder
They're all
hornets
in it
made it to
together.
Brooklyn?
They're all
That's
in it
no
together.
good.
Murder hornets.
I mean, murder hornets don't segregate.
It's a great basketball team name.
That's a
I mean,
great-
we have the hornets.
Yeah, but we need
Right?
the murder hornets.
Hey, what's a scary word? Murder. What's a scary animal? Hornets.
So why are we? It's not like murder hornets just appeared, right? Like they've been in other countries. They're just here now. Is that the problem?
I think so. But like this was back, remember, like in the 80s,
The killer bees.
the killer bees were coming.
What happened to them, man? They never
Who
came.
knows?
Communists.
The killer bees got stopped. What
No,
happened?
you know,
is that
liberal. They
Who's saying
became
stop them.
liberal, right? They all got
they
UBI.
settled in the South.
UBI. They got UBI, and they stopped killing, man. They,
Universal
didn't,
basic income. They didn't want to work for honey.
they all shared. They all shared the honey. Now that was it.
That's it. It's
You get
it.
the wrong man in power, man.
It reminds there was this show
Wow.
that was on I don't know what it was called, what channel it was on. It was called Prey, where like all of a sudden all the animals they start like hyper evolving.
You even watch the network shows.
I do. It was actually a pretty interesting show, and I thought it was pretty interesting, except for the point where I was like, oh yeah, we have guns. So I watched the premise of the show where like bears are starting to develop like a hide, like a rhinoceros thick bulletproof hide, and birds are talking to each other, and rats and all these animals are working together to like make us extinct. And I was like, wow, I think they would have the upper hand for like 2 weeks. And then someone would go, can't we just shoot them? Done. We take back control of the planet. So I don't know what we're going to do with I'm not worried about murder hornets. I got black flag in a can. I'm good to go.
Yeah.
Pull my smoke wagon and go to work.
Are we really in the midst of a meat shortage? Do you believe that's true?
Well, we're all in it together, so I'm sure we're going to share it. Just
Well-
like the toilet paper again.
One of the things I'm familiar with is the supply chain.
Mm.
And I
Wait,
know
time,
that-
time. Hold on 1 second. Why? Why are you the expert on supply chains?
I didn't say that I was. See, wow, huh? We
Why?
spun that.
Why are you familiar?
Can you
with
give us the
supply
facts and
chain?
not sugarcoat us? Because I don't want to.
I will not. I will. Of course, I'll give you the facts. I can only give you the facts as I understand them.
He's like, you
So-
see, when I played Risk, I used to get, I used to get Alaska and Russia, so I could make the supply chain across continents.
Right. No, it was all about Kamchatka.
No, yo, you
I'm shocked.
stack all your armies in Australia.
Australia
and you
is
wait for
always a
people
good
to fight it
start
out, and then you roll out.
Then you roll through. You roll through. Man, how many days did we spend playing Risk?
A lot.
We had another college professor when we were in college that played that game.
It was called
About treason.
diplomacy.
Diplomacy. Lost a best friend because of a game called Diplomacy.
Yeah.
But
I
anyway,
mean, he was also a Hitler Youth. That guy.
was he?
Yeah. Oh my, come on, man. What was his name?
Was it
Dr.
Hayes?
von Schweinschnucken.
Next thing, you guys are gonna bring up Yitzhak Sharon. Come on.
Dr.
Oh my God,
Schweinhund.
dude! How do you know Yitzhak Sharon?
He's famous,
Hello,
dude.
friends.
Hello.
What's a few million miles
I
between
went to
friends?
see
Wait,
my
how-
daughter Dina.
He's
How do you-
famous.
How do you know him?
He used to guest lecture at Rutgers and talk about his life in soccer all the time.
Oh my God, that guy was great.
One of the most phenomenal
Science
classes
professor.
ever. I mean, 400 people in the classroom, and you're captive
Yeah.
the entire time.
And
You
this
can hear a
little
pin
tiny
drop.
Jewish guy.
Baby
I go and help my baby Dina. Now, please, I'm going to ask you to spin me, but don't spin me too fast. I got up there. Dr. Yitzhak.
You'd
And then when I put my arms out.
And I go slow, and then I pull it, I go fast. This Professor Little Old Man.
He was great.
That's
He was
great how his internet slowed as he put his arms out.
Too much motion.
Let me get my bunny ears going.
Are you still rocking that DSL, huh, buddy?
No, I'm on cable now. I got the cable in here until fiber comes through. But we got we're good now. We're good enough.
It seems good enough. And then he paused again.
Yeah. No, but they like I said, for my limited knowledge of the supply chain,
Yes.
it's of social distancing and people getting sick and or being afraid to come to work. So they have lines, but they can't work as many people on each line.
Yeah.
And people are getting, and then sick people can't come to work, and people who are afraid of being sick don't come to work. So like everything you have is brought to you on a truck. So that truck's got to be loaded, that truck's got to be driven. So now that also has to be able to get someplace where they can receive the truck. So a lot of these places are prioritizing other things like personal care, personal hygiene, medical supplies. A lot of the stores where people purchase things, they have to prioritize how they take their stuff. And they need people to take it and unload it. So that's why the supply chain is, A, it's important, and B, that's why things are slowing down.
So it's good to get back to work, you're saying?
To get
Guy talks in circles.
to get back
dude.
to work.
Guy talks in circles. You hear that music? Speaking of circles, this is a game I like to call top or bottom.
It's like a circle. It's like
We're
a
playing it
circle.
tonight. It's awesome. We're gonna get through
Yeah, Joe Maffei, you go first, and then Dennis the Intern.
it. All right.
All right. Top or bottom number one, Corona or Murder Hornets?
Oh my God. I hope Murder Hornets are on top.
Yeah?
They just seem like something that should be on top all the time.
Yes.
You know? If a Murder Hornet ain't doing it, then I don't know what's happening, man. Yeah, Murder Hornet. I'll take Murder Hornet on top this round. I'm good with that.
Murder Hornets definitely on top. Give me an enemy I can see.
Yeah.
Give
I
me
mean,
a way
what
to
if-
fight it?
What if you what if the Hornets got Corona, and then as they murdered, they also spread Corona?
Listen,
And then they got into dogs' lungs, like in The Simpsons, and then the dogs barked, and like the Hornets came out.
just so you know, like the fact that we're talking about this on the podcast, like I want to make this our screenplay, where the Murder Hornets get coronavirus, and we have to deal with that mutated threat.
Wow.
So we'll work on that. We'll work on that. Nobody
Coyote
takes that. We
Peterson
trademark
can
that.
handle it, though.
Hell
So-
no, Bruce Campbell.
Dennis, if you were Trump and you had to stand up and tell people that the Murder Hornets got Corona and were spreading it, how would you do that?
I would say this. Here's how I would say it if I was Trump. Listen, we have these problems. The Hornets, they're very bad, but they're getting coronavirus. We think the coronavirus is going to kill the Murder Hornets. I don't think it's a problem.
I muted him. I mean, come on. Like, the
Sounds
beauty
a lot
of
like
Zoom.
Kennedy.
The beauty of Zoom. Top or bottom number two. You have to do one. You cough in a crowded theater, or you punch a baby.
Oh, wow. And I have Corona?
Right now in May 2020, what's worse?
I have Corona.
Not only do you have it, but you're wearing a shirt that says, I have Corona.
Oh my God!
Is the baby on an airplane? Is it crying?
Is it Baby Hitler?
I mean, it can be. It
If
can
the
be.
baby's on an airplane, you can do whatever you want. Because babies crying on an airplane are the worst things in the world. Well, I don't know. That's really tough because I
Yeah.
honestly think if you cough in a crowded theater, you get punched in the face. But you punch the baby, everybody's gonna double take for like 2 or 3 seconds. You got a
Got time
chance
to
to
get
run.
Wait a minute. You're gonna punch a guy
time to slip.
that has Corona in the. You're gonna approach him. You're
I
definitely
think
getting
if
Corona
you
on the hand.
cough- If you cough in a crowded theater, people are gonna hurt you really bad. I think they're gonna hurt you really bad just for being there.
What if it's just allergies though?
I don't know. It's bad. People, we had someone on
You got a
the
little popcorn in your
their
throat.
identity because they had Corona.
I mean, dude, think about when you go to a theater next, right? Those seats haven't been sat in a while. They're gonna be dusty. You sit on them like a powdered. You cough.
Ask me when the last time I was in a theater.
I know, right? Dennis, what are you doing? You punching a baby, right?
I'm not punching a baby.
You're totally
No.
punching a baby.
I'm coughing in a theater. Just saying, like,
You don't
this
have to go
allergies.
100%.
I got a little popcorn. I can't punch a baby.
Not even like the forehead?
Not
That's a soft spot.
again.
What are we talking like? Are we gonna tag it, or am I talking like am I bringing the house?
I'm already not
Am I
allowed to
turning
fly.
Have you ever really brought the house?
Am I turning the hip into an eight in the house?
I've known him a long time. He's never.
I've never brought the house.
No.
He brought
never
the
had the
house down. He brought it down once that one night.
Hell yeah, we did.
La Boutique. La Boutique.
We brought that house down.
Top or bottom number 3. Who's the better hype man? Flava Flav or Little John?
Oh wow, you gotta say Flava Flav because everybody still remembers Flava Flav. And like, what's Little John? Oh yeah, or whatever he says.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
He did have a nice like. If you remember Flavor Flav for Yeah Boy, Yeah Boy,
And the
like,
clock and the
Little
whole deal.
yeah,
And
Little
this dance-
John's pretty good, man. It's a pretty good like bit on that.
Yeah, no, he definitely is the better hype man for sure.
Sir Flavor Flav.
Flavor Flav. Yeah.
Flavor Flav. Absolutely.
Flavor
I always had a
Flav.
theory he was like Chuck D's nerdy cousin because he had no contribution to the band.
I think that guy walked into it. I don't know how he fit in with Public Enemy. I think he just walked in there and they're like, Chuck D was like, well, we're just gonna, or no, Chuck D.
Chuck D.
Chuck D and Terminator X.
Oh. Terminator X was a good song. He was a DJ, right?
He was the DJ.
Did anybody watch that Beastie Boys documentary yet?
Not yet.
No.
Me neither.
I love the Beastie Boys.
Top of bottom number 5. The first thing you do when you get set free.
Ooh.
But Buffet, you kind of already answered it. Do you go to the movies or do you go to dinner?
Oh, I'm going to dinner. I'm going to dinner, or I'm going to Chick-fil-A when there's not like a 3-hour line. One of those
dinner.
two.
I like that.
Yeah, I want to go to dinner.
with people.
Yeah, dude. I can't wait to go to dinner.
Like, I want to see my dad. Like, I haven't seen him in so long. I want to see my dad. And sometimes my dad and I argue like crazy, but I actually want to see my dad.
I mean, I went and hung out with my mom. I'm not gonna lie.
How close did you get?
We like hung out. We hung out in the yard. I didn't go in the house, but we hung out in the yard. She made cookies. I brought a soccer ball. She picked my son up. I kissed her.
Was your mom standing in goal? You were just winging him in from the penalty line?
No,
Wow.
my son was kicking the ball with my stepfather and my mom. Like,
Yeah, I'm not willing
whatever.
to do that. I'm not willing to do that because he's like 80s, you know? It's like, he gets it. He's gone. He's skating.
Yeah, but I know. Well, I don't know, but like I figured we were pretty heavily quarantined at the time. You know, like we weren't doing it. But now we've essentially broken quarantine. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Like we're hanging out with our neighbors across the street so our sons can play. Like we're not like licking their floor, and we're not really going
you've
inside.
Been in
but
quarantine, they've been in quarantine.
yeah, but we're
Chances are you're
all
pretty
getting,
good.
dude. We're getting food delivered. There's deliveries. Like, you know, people go to work. Like they go to stores. Like, I mean, come on, nobody's quarantined.
Nobody was quarantined.
Yeah, I mean, you wash your hands, you throw stuff out, you do all your due diligence, dude. But let's be honest, man, you can't like stop it.
Well,
Take
I know
your
I was in
vitamins.
quarantine. My son went to Amazon through the entire thing. Did not keep
Yeah.
up a day work. Actually did 2 days of overtime every week. And every day we made the end of the battalion go shower outside, dude. But, you know, if he brought it home, we brought it home. Packages got to go out.
I mean, I pick up the mail every day. Like my mailman's still kicking. Like, I mean, you know, if anybody's gonna get it, the mailman's got a shot, right?
Yeah, I wiped down everything still, though, but it's coming in. I still wiping down the mail, all the boxes, everything.
So you're a mathematician. Like 300 people got it in New Jersey yesterday.
Oh, no,
Like,
the
what-
chances are low.
Are they low?
Yeah, but I've never hit the lottery, so my time might be up.
This is the lottery you think you're going to win.
Yeah, maybe, you know. I mean, I've been home so long, it'd be shitty to get it now. That's what I keep saying. In the beginning, I wanted to get it and get it out of the way so I could live my life. But we're at the end, it seems to me. I don't want to get it now. I don't want to be sick now and then have to do something being sick. Before, you could just stay home and be sick. But now I got to, like, do things and be sick? No, I don't want to do that.
I don't know, man. I went to Home Depot today.
Oh, boy.
And I drove right through the parking lot. I went in one end and out the other. I didn't even get out. There was a line around the building to get in there, and everybody's wearing masks, and it was creepy AF, dude. Like, I mean,
Are you not wearing masks?
I am, but I'm not putting myself in that environment. Like, I don't trust any of those people.
No.
But,
You know what I'm saying?
But then you're saying you don't trust those people, but you want to get back out with them.
No, he says he wants the choice to get back out with.
Yeah, I want. Thank you, Joe. Again, hearing what he wants to hear.
Yeah, I'm not willing to get out. I make my own choices, but I don't want someone else telling me what to do.
I also want to get out. In my mind, like I've been to Home Depot 1 million times. It is probably my favorite place to go and get lost. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And every time I'm in Home Depot, barring the guy at the front that says, "Hi, welcome to Home Depot," here and hands me a flyer, if we eradicate him, and or me like going up to a guy in an orange vest for help,
Yeah.
I don't get near anybody ever. The store's huge, but now you're putting me in a line, bumper to bumper, with 100 people waiting to get in. Like that makes no sense.
Okay.
If you just let it go as normal,
It'd be better.
I think so.
Man, I missed the light bulb section. I could get lost in the light bulb section for like an hour. Just like, man, they got a light bulb that does that. And look at the shape on that one. Love that stuff.
I agree with you completely, dude. There's so many light bulbs.
Serious.
So
man.
many light bulbs, man. Next show, we're doing a light bulb show.
Have you ever gone to that bulbs and batteries place? I thought
No.
that thing was a complete joke. I went in there. They got a battery for freaking everything in
Well, I
the
hope
store.
so. I mean, that's what the store's for.
How great would it? How bad would that suck if somebody built something and they didn't have a battery for it?
Serious.
You got to go back to the engineers.
You know who else has a battery for everything? Amazon, and
Yeah.
you can't get COVID from them. Although, what would be the irony now if I ordered batteries and they came and I got COVID from the package?
That'd be messed up. Well, I tried to order 2 batteries for a flashlight from Amazon, and I couldn't get them. But I could order 2 flashlights with batteries cheaper than the 2 batteries I wanted to buy, and I got those.
Epic.
Yeah,
Let me ask you this question: what is the worst way to get corona? The absolute worst way. You make it to they're going to open the country tomorrow. You made it all the way through. You step outside, bang, corona. How did it happen?
The doctor who gives you the vaccine coughs on you.
Speeding ticket.
That's how you get corona.
Speeding ticket. You get handed the ticket, get a corona.
You get a
Yeah.
corona ticket.
Yeah, exactly. That's the worst.
I mean, I can think of a few worse ones. Like what? Deliverance, maybe. Like there was the guy who had playing the banjo had corona. Or what about what was the girl's name? Who was in the Bad News Bears who got thrown over the pinball machine?
Oh, you're talking about
Jodie Foster.
Yeah, like there could have been corona on that pinball machine. That's way
Oh,
worse than
jeez.
right?
Oh, man, yeah. I guess if we're thinking like those ways,
Somebody goes and finds Nell.
Nell Carter from
you're
Give Me a
in
Break.
No.
Saw, and they're taking off your arm with a
Jodie
knitting
Foster
needle.
played Nell, that girl who was on that island in that weird.
Easy, Chickabee.
And the guy that finds Nell has corona, and that's how Nell gets corona.
Seriously, no. It's you get captured. Someone's gonna harvest your organs, and you get corona. Like we can really think of some bad ways.
You survive Friday the 13th.
Oh,
Jason gets pulled to the bottom of the lake at Crystal Lake,
yeah.
and you get out there, and the cop who puts the blanket around you
Get corona.
and walks you out of the car, walks you out of the camp,
Coughs.
coughs on you, you get corona.
Yeah.
That's it.
You're
Oh no, he's
what
got
was
vape
that?
lung.
What
He's got
was
vape
that?
I got vape lung.
Yeah, that's not a real thing either. You probably bought all into that.
Yeah.
I can't believe you're vaping. Who are you even?
Do you fill your own, or do you buy pre-filled cartridges?
I buy pre-filled cartridges because I
Interesting.
can't go to any freaking store and get my own juice.
It's online though, too. Yeah, they'll send it to you.
I don't trust those people. I want to go to a store.
I
I
don't
want
trust
to see
those people
somebody
online.
I
They're
don't
with
wanna
Trump.
know.
They're lying to me.
I don't want to. I don't know that guy. It's a bunch of people got that stuff. They died. I don't know. I'll go to a
Get my
store.
blueberry vape juice. Get it to me.
Give me my purple passion punch, baby.
My God. Well, I'm glad I don't have any of those habits. I just sit around.
Yeah.
We
I don't know the habits.
we've been talking. Our favorite restaurant to eat at is Taka. It's like an Asian fusion place in Asbury Park, and we'd love to go there, sit at the bar, and like on a Friday night,
You ain't doing
I'll
that
get
for a while.
I'll get a martini. She'll get she gets a special margarita. That's like what's in a Chinese apple? What do they call it? Pomegranates. She gets a pomegranate tequila drink. We get some sushi rolls. Like if the quarantine got lifted and we went to Taka and sat down at the bar, and Mike, our bartender, sneezed in my face and I got corona, like that would be devastating.
Oh, that ruins a lot for you.
You were at the finish line
Yeah,
and you're down.
I mean past the finish line, we were having a celebratory beverage.
That's right. 2 weeks
You know?
of quarantine.
Wow. Yeah, there's lots of terrible things that are going to happen at the end, too. People are going to get it at the end. And cases are going to go up as we go out into society. People got to get used to it.
So you
How did
chose.
How did
Sorry.
Texas do? I'm sorry. How did Texas do?
People are doing well, but did you see the predictions? 3,000 people a day they're predicting. That's more than we've had so far. That's 90,000 before the month of June. Like, can anybody do the math? That's not going to happen. Not 90,000.
Why are they making those predictions?
To scare us for some reason. I don't know why
So-
they want to scare us. I honestly think this is all a plot to scare us so they can get online voting, so they can fake the voting results.
Oh, dude,
I
I will buy into that theory, Joe Buffet.
honestly
It's
think
all
it's
hype,
about,
dude. It's
It's all
all hype.
about being able to get fake votes in.
I want to go back to paper voting.
Yeah.
That,
Give me a piece of paper.
but not a mail-in.
No. Be
I
No,
ha-
I want to
dude,
go
own
to a
ID.
polling place.
I feel I don't. I apologize if we've had this discussion recently. Did we talk about like the shenanigans that go on in the voting booths? Like, did we talk about
did.
this?
We
All
did. Back before McCarthy.
I mean, dude,
I
it's
think
like
we all agree. I mean, we think there should be some kind of visceral voting that we do where you actually put a hole in a piece of paper and you show a physical ID.
you have to show an ID. Like, we don't have to show an ID in New Jersey.
Nope.
I
gotta be
literally
online.
walk up and I go, "Oh, that's me in the book, right there. That's me."
Yeah.
What happens
What does that
If-
say?
if
Yeah,
I go up
that's
there-
me.
if I go up there and somebody has signed? I go to vote. Say I'm a late voter. I go vote at 6, and someone in the morning has voted in my stead. What happens?
I would raise hell.
I'll go nuts. But like, what happens?
You hope the
I would
news picks it up, but they only pick up stories on the other
they
side.
100% suppressed. It
Yep.
gets suppressed.
Never
No
comes
one
out.
hears about it. Even now in social media, shadow banning on YouTube, people getting their their accounts pulled for just talking about things. Like,
Yeah.
there's freedom of speech is being attacked unbelievably. Here's another thing about decentralization, right? Like, we talk about Bitcoin and all these coins and currencies, but decentralization needs to come to the forefront like immediately. Like Library is the new website where people are moving all of their YouTube videos to, because it's a decentralized video platform that nobody
Can't control
controls.
it. Yeah.
Right.
And we need to
So-
do that.
But why aren't people jumping to it now? Like, what's the holdup?
Because it's prevalent now. I mean, we've got people like Zuckerberg or Google controlling who gets an opinion or what they get to say. It's craziness. They
Well, that's
really
what it
shouldn't.
is.
They should have left Twitter. They should have left all of this alone and let it be the freaking Wild West. Let people
What is it?
say what
It's
they want to say.
VHS versus Betamax, right? VHS was a worse technology, but they spread it further and faster than Betamax, which was supposed to be far superior, but they never got they never got a foothold.
No, I'm more talking about the fact that, like, there's people out there that aren't elected that are controlling messages, and they get to control what gets out there on their platform. And I don't know why we gave them control. We don't let the telephone control what we say and do to our friends. Why are we letting Twitter control what we say and do? Why are we letting Instagram control what we say and do? It's a messaging platform.
Let me play devil's advocate for a second.
Go ahead.
You can't go to where you work
Mm-hmm.
and say what you want to say in a way that you want to say it.
No, and if I post something crappy on Instagram, I can get fired.
You can get fired.
Absolutely. But I don't want someone controlling the message.
But Twitter is a business, and Instagram is a business, and
Right.
Facebook is a business. They have a right to
No.
they
They
don't.
don't. The phone company didn't have a right. Why do they have a right? It's a messaging service.
That's a good
The-
point.
You know, people are still going to sign up. People are still going to go out and use those services. Stop censoring people. Even at the bad ones where they do the live Periscope of people tormenting other people, the stuff's got to go out, and we got to ban those people, not the platform for putting it out there. That's how I feel. Is Mike still there?
Mike's here.
I'm here.
I see him.
Oh. I see him back there. He's not joining me in my cell today?
In your cell?
Yeah, you said I was in prison.
Oh,
It's very
All right.
tough to make a hype game, I hear.
It is.
did you make one?
I did.
Do you want to play it?
Of course. Not give you guys the chance to ridicule me.
Do you think, Dennis the Intern?
All right, everybody. I have a game here. We were talking about hype. We were talking about spin. We were talking about it being negative. Let's talk about the good parts of hype. Let's talk about the hype man.
Oh,
I have a list here made by Flavor Wire of the top 10 hype men in music. Of course, I'm not going to do all 10. But I'm going to read you either the name or the band. And if I give you the band, you tell me who the hype man was. If I give you the hype man, you give me their band.
Ooh, you got the scoreboard, Joe Maffei?
You got the scoreboard going? Please feel free to play along at home. Keep your own scores. I'll never see them. But you'll be a winner anyway.
I'm ready to go.
Ready?
I'm ready. Yep.
You want me to start with something easy? We already kind of talked about it. Public Enemy. Who was their hype man?
Flavor Flav.
Yeah, man, come on. We just talked about it.
All right, I wanted to get the idea of the game.
Mike
All right,
and Joe have a point.
Snooze fest.
All right. Who was the hype man for Gucci Mane?
Okay.
Who was the hype man for Gucci Mane?
I have no idea.
Fuck is Gucci?
Yeah,
man?
what is a Gucci Mane? Like Gucci pants? The pants?
I don't know.
And
That's what I
wait,
heard is-
Gucci, like the store Gucci in Maine?
No,
I don't
this
know.
is some dude.
I think he was a rap artist. Gucci Mane.
Listen, dude,
He's on the top 10 list.
Joe and I are grown-ass men, dude.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I mean, you ask us about Flavor Flav, like, we all know that Flavor Flav is the son, Public Enemy #1. What's this Gucci Mane shit?
The hype man for Gucci Mane is Waka Flocka Flame.
What the fuck is a
Really?
Waka Flocka Flame?
I know who Waka Flocka Flame is,
You
but I didn't
do?
know Gucci Mane.
All right. Who
Okay, Dennis gets a point there.
was
I'm not gonna win this at all.
Jerome Benton the hype man for?
I know the.
Yo, wasn't that the time?
Oh my God! Yes, that's who I was gonna say. Morris Day in the time.
It was Morris Day in the time.
How
Jerome! He had to always bring in the mirror so that
Jesse,
Morris Day could
now
check himself.
Jerome. Walk, hallelujah. Whoa,
had an album.
whoa. Now talk about a band, dude. That's so funny that you asked that question. I was just thinking about them yesterday. I swear to God.
That's why that holds up. Run DMC holds up, but Public Enemy doesn't hold up because the music wasn't that good.
What?
Wait, you're incorrect, buddy.
It's a
come
political
on.
statement. It is not a great album. I listened to it right after you brought it up, and I went back and I go, you can go back and you listen to Michael Jackson. You go back and you can listen to Prince. You can go back and listen to classic Run DMC, and it's just the same feeling. But you go listen to Public Enemy, and you're like, what the fuck was I thinking?
No, I don't. I think you're mixing up two things, though. You're talking about that one album.
Yeah,
Fear
I'm
of a
telling
Black
you,
Planet?
I am a big fan of early rap, and I have a pretty deep rap background, but I tell you, the album doesn't hold up. I listened to it today, and it did not hold up for me. Therefore, my fact is, it did not hold up.
What? I mean, you can't argue that.
All right, you can't argue with that. You can't argue with feelings.
What album is Fight the Power off of?
What's it called?
Fear of a Black Planet.
That
Yeah,
is
Fear of
on-
a Black Planet.
And
Yeah.
you don't like Fight the Power?
That had Fight the Power. That had 911 is a joke.
Well, that
Yep.
song is bullshit.
Welcome to the Terror Dome.
Oh,
Right, and they have great samples in them, but
Can't
the
do
songs
nothing
themselves,
for you, man. Can't do nothing for you, man. You want
Yeah, I don't know.
$10 for what?
dude, Welcome to the Terror Dome is a jam.
What would you think about? Would you say the same thing about maybe
I think
5 years from now?
I also think
Rage
Wu-Tang.
Against the Machine.
No, Rage Against the Machine holds up. I just listened to that too. Wu-Tang doesn't hold up.
Yo,
What?
you've lost all credibility.
Doesn't. Wu-Tang doesn't hold up.
Wu-Tang
Trust me,
Clan
go
ain't
back and
nothing to
listen.
fuck with, bro.
You're
Like,
nothing to fuck with.
Go ahead, man. Go back and listen to them. Go back.
2
We'll
yards
talk
to
next
score.
week.
Still
talk-
first down.
We'll talk next week. Go back and listen to it. There are albums that hold up and ones that don't.
I'm so glad you just said that because I have a guest I want to bring on the show. His name is Alphonse Pollard, and he's from Superbad Genius. And Superbad Genius is just a dude who plays records and talks about them. And I thought, Maffei, I thought of you immediately, man.
I listen to music constantly, 6-8 hours a day. When I'm doing everything, I have music on. And I'm telling you, once you said Public Enemy today, I went back and I listened. Then I went back and I listened to other things at the same time period, like the Beastie Boys, who I saw open for Public Enemy. Did either of you see Public Enemy live? I don't think so. So, with that being said, Beastie Boys holds up. Beastie Boys is great.
Oh, hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
So,
I mean, dude, Paul's Boutique is my favorite album.
it's amazing. It's genius.
I'm eating burgers and chicken while you be picking your nose, man. I'm on top, homie. That's how it goes. You heard my style, and I hope you get the point. Boom, boom, boom. It's the joy.
the joy.
Come on, dude.
Dude, shake your rump, man.
Shake your rump.
Shake Europa. Such a good album. That was, I think Rolling Stone had
Clarence.
that. Oh, is your name Michael Diamond? Nah, my name
The
is
music
Clarence.
had texture. It was great.
Like that shit was, that album is
What about the
is
video
genius.
for What You Want? Was that Spike Jonze' first video?
I believe it was something early.
He
with
made
Spike
them
Jonze.
record it in time and a half speed,
Yeah.
so that when they played it back normal, their mouths were working with the lyrics, but their motions were so slow. It was like he would jump and it was slow mo, but his words were, it was great.
That's
That was
pretty
What
dope.
You Want? I think it was What You Want. Anyway, who
Oh no, here's one we're not gonna know.
was Ben Carr? I'd give you his nickname, but it gives away the band. Ben Carr.
He was the hype man for Uncle Ben's rice.
No. It's a band you know. I don't know if
Really?
you like them, but you know them. Oh, yeah.
I don't know. Ben Carr, was he the lead singer of the Cars?
No. That was
That's
Rick Ocasek.
Ocasek.
Oh, he's dead, right?
Yeah.
Corona
a
or
little
Murder Hornets?
Ironically
Oh my God.
enough, car accident.
You know what the
In a
greatest thing Rick
motorhome.
Ocasek did, in my opinion, was produce the first Weezer album.
Oh, I love Weezer.
Sweat. What was it called? Is that the Sweater album?
Yeah, it's the Blue album.
If you want. They didn't have a hype man.
No. So go ahead, reveal the answer.
Ben
Because Mike doesn't
Carr, his nickname was Ben the Boss Tone Carr.
know. Oh.
The Mighty Mighty Boss Tones?
The Mighty Mighty Boss Tones.
So Joe
Yes.
Maffei, basically, here's what Dennis did, right? He's like, I'm sick of losing every week, so I'm going to make it so impossible for them to get points.
These were
He's tied
top
with all of us.
10.
He
As
Mighty Mighty
voted,
Boston's hold up. They're a good band.
Music's 10 greatest hype men. I'll do one more.
Go ahead.
Who was the hype man for Jay-Z?
Oh, man, Jay-Z didn't have no hype, man.
He was a Rockefeller.
Nah. And you didn't even do is Puff Daddy's hype man on there? What was his name, dude?
Mace.
Mace. He went to
He must have- he
religion.
didn't
We would have been
crack
good
top
with
10.
Mace.
Yeah.
but I don't know.
Memphis Bleak.
Oh, Memphis Bleak.
You know Memphis.
I'm not even pretending like you're speaking English right now.
You want to even know how bad this game was? Dennis won.
Yay!
Dennis won 3-2-2. So I guess if you use facts that we don't know, we lose.
Proof that finding a game for hype was difficult.
It was very difficult. We got hypnotized.
I can't believe you brought up the time, man.
Yeah,
in
Morris Day.
8th grade, I did the lip sync contest, and we did Jungle Love. Right, like that
What were
was
their other songs? They had two. I remember.
Jungle Love, oh, and
And then the
Wanna
Bruno
get
Mars
to
song.
know ya.
yeah, Bruno Mars was very much like influenced by them, right? Like he has to say that publicly.
Dude, I that was one of the early albums that I bought as a kid. You know, I bought Curtis Blow, that album, a bunch of shit.
Dude, Curtis Blow, the brakes.
Yeah.
Brakes in your
awesome.
truck, brakes on the cars, brakes that makes you a superstar. These are the brakes.
brakes.
Break it up, bring it up, bring it up.
Dude, I loved early rap. I thought it was so good.
He just rapped like vehicles. Brakes on the train, brakes on the plane, brakes that make you go insane. Brakes on your 10 speed. I got brakes, brakes, brakes.
Like when Jay Miller sung us that song. Take the
song?
train to the bus, to the train.
Oh my God, Jay Miller.
Was it Dougie Fresh?
What about Dougie
Like-
Fresh?
What was his big hit?
Oh, dude, what he had
That was
a
back when
song.
rap was like 5 minutes long.
That dude with the fake nose.
Oh, Humpty.
Yeah.
The Humpty that's
Digital Underground. I loved.
So is Humpty
album.
a hype man?
I don't know.
I guess
He
he
might
would
be.
be.
All right,
would
stop
be.
what you're doing, because I'm about to
I'm
ruin
about to
the
ruin
image
the
and
image
the
and the
style.
style that you used to. I
He
look
might-
funny.
Yep.
But yo, I'm making money, see? So your world, I hope you're ready for me. Now gather round. I'm the new fool in town, and my sound's laid down by the underground. I drink a bottle of Hennessy you got on your shelf, so just let me introduce myself. My name is Humpty, pronounced with an umpty. Oh, ladies, oh, how I'd like to funk thee. And all the rappers in the top 10, please allow me to bump thee. I'm getting tall, y'all, and just like Humpty Dumpty, you're gonna
You know what's
fall
funny?
when the stereos pump me.
You know what I just learned? That Dennis didn't have sex till college.
Wait, Dennis had sex?
A little bit.
Yeah. Who else can you think of like that was just a sick hype man? And
hype man. Wow. What is it with that dude with the cane? With that he was a white dude and he had a cane.
Oh, dude, you're talking about third base, bro.
Base.
Oh,
man, my God.
The gas face.
The gas face.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this question: Did hip hop and rap create the hype man? Or was there? I mean, like Johnny Carson had Ed McMahon. Like Ed McMahon was a hype man.
Man's always been around.
Yeah,
he's a sidekick. He's not a hype man.
All right. Well, what's the difference between a hype man?
I'll tell you the difference. The difference is, the sidekick sits there and provides a little color after the fact.
Yeah.
The hype man opens up the room and gets you ready for it.
Yeah.
So, like Ed McMahon, if he came out there like, "Y'all ready for Johnny?"
Yeah, he does. He did, bro. Those guys, he did the announcements in the beginning.
Oh, but he wasn't a.
It's by Dennis the Intern's definition.
No,
that's the
he's a
hype
sidekick.
No.
Was Andy Richter the hype man for Conan O'Brien?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes,
No.
he was. Yes, he was. 100%.
You're making him sound like a toady. It's hype man is definitely like your second in command, the guy who amps everybody up. It is all about you.
I don't think the hype man is the second in command.
I don't know. Like, you ever see
I
a
think
band,
your
the Happy
sidekick
Mondays?
is second in command.
The Happy Mondays came out, and there was a guy who just danced, and he just danced to get the crowd going. That's a hype man, too. I think it's a broad definition.
Yeah, now that you're saying it, when we were younger in the bar scene, there was a band, like a cover band called the Saturday Night Fever. And they had Dancing Johnny, dude. He would wear the V-neck. He looked like John Travolta, and he would just dance.
And he got the crowd going to what they were supposed
He's
to
your
be
hype
doing.
man. He's no sidekick. He's just there.
Dude, Mr. Pinstripe Suit.
Yeah, I think
From
every
Big
hype
Bad
man has a
Voodoo
little
Daddy.
bit of a
What
sidekick.
about Joe C?
And the Pussycats?
No, that's Josie.
Oh,
Joe
C from Kid Rock, the
from
midget.
Kid Rock.
Hype man.
Hype man.
Hype man, dude.
Hype man.
And what about boxers? Back in the old days, in the 90s, Mike Tyson had like 7.
That's
hype
an,
men.
no, that's an honorage.
You tell him, Dennis. I'm hyping you.
King is here. The king is here.
It's a hype man.
That's your hype man. That's not your sidekick.
So
He might be your sidekick, too, though.
yeah, 100%. I think
All right. I
sidekick,
think it could be both. But
sidekick
he's
and
pulling
hype
2
man.
checks.
All right, let me ask you this question: Is the General Lee or Kit, are they sidekicks?
No, that's car slavery.
Slavery? They're vehicles.
Well, I don't know. Yeah, I guess you're right.
Oh,
well,
look, boss, the plane sidekick,
sidekick.
not a hype man.
Or an information service.
Now, if Hervé Village has
They can never do that. They can never do that show now, though.
They
if
could,
Hervé
but he
Village
would have
has
to
walked
speak.
in front of Ricardo Montalban and said, "Ricardo's here! Step back, y'all! Everybody get a look!"
Hype man.
That's a hype man.
That's a hype man.
If he's a
We-
plane, that's
We
a
no
sidekick.
longer need an intern, Mike. We need a hype man.
We need a hype man.
You need a hype man to hype up people
you
for the
think-
show.
Derek D would be our hype man?
He's too short.
Well, Joe C, Hervé Village. No, right. Joe C was the hype man. Hervé Village was the sidekick.
I'm stuck on your Andy Rick, like your analogy of late
Andy
night talk
Richter's not the
shows.
hype man.
Yeah, they are. They're hype men.
They're not.
Yes, they are because they do the initial announcements to the show. When
A
you
warm-up comedian can be a hype man, too.
yeah.
No.
Can you do me a favor? Do your job. Throw it in Google. What is the difference between a hype man and a sidekick?
He shows his face, and now he gets an opinion.
I know, right? No one will ever see this. We'll never let. You know who you kind of look like right now? The dentist from. Oh my God, my feeble mind. What's the movie? The Hangover. Gets his tooth knocked out. What's that guy?
Oh, yeah.
You ever get that?
Never.
Well,
Ed, whatever
Ed
his
Helms?
name is. Yeah, Ed Helms.
Ed Holmes. He looked a little bit like Ed Holmes. This is me.
Okay, I have a Wikipedia. A hype man in hip hop music or rapping is a backup rapper or singer who supports the primary rappers with exclamations and interjections and who attempts to increase the audience's excitements with call and response chants. That doesn't sound like what Andy Richter does.
Yeah, but you're going by a definition.
And your definition also started with
I broadened it. I made it wider.
in hip hop
Expanded.
music. Take
hip-hop
that
music.
out. Take that out. We're talking broader, like Joe said.
Yeah, it's a bigger topic than you think.
Now,
Was
wait a minute.
Tonto the lone silver?
What's that song?
Sidekick. That's a sidekick.
Let
The
me
sidekick.
clear my
He never
throat.
said anything good.
I mean, the Sundance Kid.
Is Let Me
Sidekick.
Clear My Throat
Yeah.
a rap done only by a hype man?
Oh yeah. Oh wow, that's really great because he doesn't really.
He
say
doesn't.
anything.
All he does is, he asks questions of the audience.
Call and response.
He asks them to say call and response.
When I say hey, you say ha. Hey.
Ha.
Right? Like
I just did it right now. I didn't even know I was gonna.
That's call and response. Like by definition, that may be just a hype song.
It's just him. It's just a hype man taking center stage.
Interesting.
It is.
He even tells his own. He hypes up. Hit him with the horns.
But do you deny we need a hype man? We need one. I think PB
Oh, great.
Shit, dude. Like you definitely need a hype man.
Kevin Go would have been a great hype man too.
He's excellent. His voices are excellent. Let me ask you this question.
When I say pod, you say cast. Pod.
No,
All right, I
stop.
suck.
That's why you don't get the job.
If you had your own theme music from like I'm Gonna Get You Sucker,
Yeah.
You're walking down the street, in your head there's something playing. What is it?
Ooh. Oh my God! I immediately go back to the Family Guy when he wishes he had no bones, and he wanted to get some 3 wishes. But
Going on a bus, going on a bus.
That's your hype song?
no, it's got to be
Wait,
something.
no.
It's got to be funk of some type.
Oh, dude, mine's
gotta be funk.
mine's Shaft. But
yeah, it's got to be
dude.
funk.
when I'm walking down the street, like that's the song. Boom. You know what I mean?
He had good music for his walk too.
He
man.
did.
You could dig it. Do you remember?
Yeah,
do
right.
you remember the sex scene from the original Shaft where you just see her hands?
You just see the hands on Richard Roundtree's back.
Dude, that we used to watch it, and we would watch
Scratch.
Swingers and
Scratch.
Shaft, the original
Yeah.
Shaft, and just howl.
How? It was good. I like the movie too, but it's great because oh, not yet.
And then,
And then her hands get all fingers get all straight.
All you
You're
see
like,
is her
yeah.
hands on his back, and then
They
So
go like
much can
this,
be
and you're like,
told.
is that Pam?
Chef
Did
got
you
it.
say is that Pam Grier?
no, I don't think Pam
No.
Grier's in Shaft.
Anyway,
Interesting, hyped up.
yeah.
We got dead air there.
I know.
I don't
So,
think Pam Grier
do you
is in
want
Shaft.
to do you want to do the 1 minute monologue?
I didn't bring a book because I don't own a book.
I brought something. Unless Mike, you want to take the 1 minute monologue?
Nah,
We can cut them off anytime we want.
I can't
can.
read.
So today's 1 minute monologue, as we wind down the show, will be "Pygmy" by author Chuck Palahniuk, famous for all books like Choke or Fight Club, Lullaby, or Rant.
What made you buy this book?
I love Chuck Palahniuk.
Okay.
Begins here first account of operative
Wait,
Lee,
why are you
agent
reading?
number 67.
Are you starting now?
Starting now. We started the whole thing. We're less than a minute.
Oh,
On arrival, Midwestern Airport, greater area, flight, date, priority mission, top success to complete, codename.
Revolution.
Fellow operatives already past immigrant control. Exit through secure doors and to embrace own other host family people.
I wish I could
Operative
make my
Tybor,
mouse arrow bigger.
23.
Cover up more of his face.
Operative Magda, Agent 36. Operative Ling, Agent 19. All volatile U.S. states secure port of entry having success. Each now embedded among middle-income corrupt American family. All other homes, all their schools and neighbors in the same city. By not after next today, strategy dead of
Oh,
operative